Well, we have some breaking news coming in. The Congress and the UPA2 government seem adamant in their effort to press the so-called Rahul Gandhi anti-corruption laws. Information just in suggests that there could be a special union cabinet meeting tomorrow on Sunday to pass the laws in ordinance form. According to reports by the PTI, the cabinet could also pass some more populist measures in the run-up to the general elections. The big dilemma that the government in fact has, there were sources in fact telling headlines today that the president is not in favor of the Congress party taking the ordinance route. I believe our associate editor Atir Khan is now joining us for more on the story. Atir, that crucial cabinet meeting tomorrow, are those ordinances which are seen by some as poll stops likely to pull through tomorrow?
Well, that's right. You see, this is a special cabinet which has been called to deliberate on this issue. The reason being that the Law Ministry has expressed its reservation, in fact, apprehension that the President might not approve of signing these ordinances. The reason being of the constitutional propriety. When there is no Parliament in session, then the question of these ordinances being signed becomes debatable. So the government strategy is that they want to push through these ordinances because these are highly ambitious and pet ordinances of the Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi. So therefore tomorrow it will be decided as to how the government proposes to push through these ordinances.
Right, and what happens to these ordinances in fact if they are not passed tomorrow?
Well, if the cabinet decides not to pass an ordinance in this connection, then it has to be left over. Then the next government which comes into power will decide the fate of this proposition, whether they are going to bring in bills or they're going to go the ordinance way. It is up to the next government to decide. But then, if it is not approved by the cabinet tomorrow and it is not signed by the president, then the question of them becoming a law does not exist.
Right. Clearly, if those ordinances are not passed by the cabinet tomorrow and further don't get presidential assent, then in fact those ordinances will remain in a limbo and will not stand past. Atir Khan, thank you so much for joining us with that update. We will keep coming back to you for more, and we will keep a close tab on that crucial cabinet meeting scheduled for tomorrow. The UPA government is in a dilemma over a host of ordinances that the Congress wants promulgated. These include Rahul Gandhi's anti-graft ordinances. On Friday, the cabinet had to defer this crucial decision. Sources have told headlines today that the government fears Pranab Mukherjee may not like the idea of pushing the bills through the ordinance route, and that too at the fag end of UPA's tenure. Sections within the Congress are still keen to get the ordinances cleared, but the government plans to first get an indication from Pranab Mukherjee on what he thinks on this matter. In the meantime, Jairam Ramesh has been given the responsibility of ensuring that the ordinances are in order and that there are in fact no legal loopholes in passing those ordinances. It was decided that once the government gets a feedback from the Rashtrapati Bhavan, a special cabinet meeting will be called to get the ordinances cleared.